live? Are we gonna go live? Okay. Says I'm live, but it don't look live to me. Hey y'all, can y'all hear me? Hey y'all. Yeah, y'all can hear me. Okay, well, StreamYard is having trouble connecting. Please check it. I don't have no problems connecting. I am live. Well, no, maybe I'm not. Hey, Christine. Can y'all still hear me? Yeah, okay, there we go. Now we good. Hey, y'all, get on in here. I'm going to give y'all time. I see 6 of y'all already in here. Good morning, everybody. And welcome to the TheMKingz Morning Show with me today, Joseph McRae. I would say His Majesty, but that's my husband. Good morning, Uncle Fred. Good morning, Patricia and Ebony. Y'all know y'all ain't getting countdowns and stuff like that. This ain't Tramel. You better be glad you're just looking at my picture right now. And hope that I can go back to me live. Because y'all know that's Tramel thing. That ain't my thing. I got on my little birthday outfit today that Tramel brought me for my birthday. And that's cute. He did a good job. Let me tell y'all. Tramel be scared to buy me stuff because he knows my type, but he know I'm picky. But he did a good job with his birthday outfit. I really like it. It's cute. It's really cute. I like it. Hey, Tyrone and Famous. All right, y'all. I'm going to come on the screen because I'm not going to be here long. I'm going to be here enough, but not long. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all see? Because y'all know today is my Fenty Beauty review. For some reason, I feel dark. It could be brighter, but whatever. Y'all see me. Hey, everybody. What's popping? What's going on? Hey, blogs. Hey, Michelle. I was supposed to be going on later, like I told y'all yesterday, but I woke up late and I missed my doctor's appointment, so I had to reschedule. Well, I didn't miss it. I was going to be late, and I know them. If you more than 10 minutes late, they make you reschedule. So I wasn't even driving all the way over there. My appointment was at 9:30, and I didn't have no gas. So by the time I pumped the gas, it was 9:27. I said, let me call them. And I missed my dermal. I'm looking at this picture behind me, and I'm so mad that my dermal fell out. I'm going to have to redo it. Because when I had the stroke, for whatever reason, I guess because this side of my face was numb, my skin pushed it out. And it was there for a long time, like a year. And it pushed it out. I woke up and I went like this. Okay. I went like this, and boom. You need my thing?
No, I still have it.
Okay. So that's Tramel, y'all. Yes, y'all like, make sure y'all thumbs up the video. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into the first things first. Let's talk about Fenty Beauty. So, what you looking for? It's right here. Everything you want is right here. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh. So, first things first. Fenty Beauty. Y'all like my shirt? It says King. So, My skin was really hard. And like I said, after the stroke, because like I told y'all, the stroke pushed my dermal out, like you see in the picture, right there where my finger is. I had a dermal. The stroke pushed it out. This side of my face was it's still numb. Like I tell y'all, this side of my body is numb, and this side of my face is numb. They keep telling me it's because my brain. I should have all the feeling back, but my brain still doesn't realize that I'm okay, according to what they're telling me. So it kind of scares me. Like, well, am I going to have another stroke or you know? But anyway, I after the stroke, I noticed that even on this side of my body, my skin is like really, really, really dry. But I had the problem with my face before the stroke. The stroke just made it worse. Like all right here, all my eyebrows, my mustache, and my beard, like all of this right here, it was just dry. I would take pictures, it would make me look old. And I was started feeling like, I was like, damn, I look old in pictures. So I started using filters because I'm like, I know I don't really look like this. This is my skin making me look like this. And it was pissing me off because I'm like, I use shea butter, I use cocoa butter, I use coconut oil, everything. I'm telling you, I just put it, it was like a commercial that you see, like the dry skin, and they put something on it and it just sucks it in and the skin stays dry. That's how my skin was. I use stuff for eczema, you name it. All the face products in the store I brought and tried, and I was like, this is just never going to work. So when I saw Rihanna came out with the Fenty Beauty, I was like, maybe I should. Because everybody was so, the makeup was so amazing. And I was like, maybe I should. So then one day, then when I saw how much it was, I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not buying that and it don't work. So, but you know how something just stays in your head, like, get it, get it, get it. Like you just know that that's the thing that's going to fix your problem. So it just kept, it was like, then I saw she had like a sale on the travel size one. I said, well, I should get that. I was like, now I don't want to waste the money. Like I just, in my mind, I don't have money to waste. I'm on fixed income. I'm not $25. If it ain't going to work, it's a waste of money for me. So it was like, I don't want to do this because I don't want to waste money. I was like, I don't want to waste money. Thank you, Christine. I don't want to waste money. So then one day I had put up a post on Facebook and Tyrone said, Joseph, I love it. It works. But in my mind, I'm like, well, child, your skin always look fabulous in pictures. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Your skin ain't crazy like mine. Like my skin was messed up in this picture behind me. But by the time I filtered the hell out of the picture, it looks like my face looks right now. So I, y'all blessed me for my birthday. So I said, well, I have enough money to buy this now. And technically, it ain't my money. I mean, it's my money because y'all gave it to me, but it was like, well, it ain't my money. So if it don't work, then I'll just give it to my sister or give it to one of my cousins or give it to somebody that I like for them to try. And if it don't work, so I bought it. It came in 2 days. So I bought it. My birthday was what, the 16th? I ordered it that Sunday, the 18th, and it came that Tuesday. And I opened it and I sat it on the coffee table and it just was sitting there and sitting there and sitting there. And my face was getting worse and worse and worse. And I was like, in the mornings when y'all saw me come on with your mouth, like I had this whole ritual. I would have to go in the bathroom, scratch all the disc. And he would get so mad. He would, Papa, stop scratching. I'm like, well, if I put shea butter on top of this, it's just going to sit there and start peeling away and make me itch. And then I'm still going to scratch on camera. So I might as well get rid of it now and put some shea butter on. And then I just look extra shiny and call it a day. Because even with the shea butter, I didn't look healthy. It didn't look healthy. It just looked like I had a bunch of shea butter on my face. Like, why that child put so much shea butter on? Or Vaseline or whatever you may think. So long story short, I said, you know what? I bought this stuff. Let me go ahead and try it. Because I was scared. Because I started reading reviews and people, oh, it did this. Oh, I didn't like it. Oh, then two women I know told me, oh, I don't like it. I couldn't use it. It did this, it did that. So in my mind, the longer I prolonged it, the less I would have to see, what happened. So one day I was sitting there watching TV and I said, you know what? Let me just use this stuff and get it over with. So I used it, and I was amazed. I washed my face. I washed my face with the wash. I don't know if y'all can see that. I washed my face with the wash. Y'all can't see it because of the thing. But it's the Fenty Beauty face wash. Then I followed it up with Jesus. I call this Jesus because this fat water, honey, this is Jesus in the bottle. You know how they say Jesus is the answer? That's Jesus. And then I finished up with the moisturizer. Now, at first, I'm like, they always say use use a little bit, but most products will tell you use a little bit, and you like, well, damn, and you still squirting. This stuff, you really can use a little bit because it goes a long way. Like, I was mad I squirted so much of the cleanser out because I didn't need all of it. I honestly probably could have did my whole head and face with the amount of cleanser I first used. So I did it, and I looked at myself, and I said, wow, this is cute, but I ain't going to stay like this. That was my thinking. I ain't going to stay like this. Child, hours later, I looked at myself. I said, oh, huh? Really? Okay. I said, okay. So I had already made up in my mind that I wanted to do a review because I'm like, oh no, Rihanna stuff costs too much money for it not to work. So I'm doing a review, and if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I'm going to bash it. It was just what it was. So I did it the next day. Well, when I woke up, because I didn't wash my face that night, because my thing was I was testing this product to the fullest. Like, I was going to test this because I wanted to see what it was really going to do. So I didn't wash my face that night, but I had did it at like maybe 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. So really there was no need to turn around and wash my face again, and I didn't go nowhere. So it was like not my face was dirty. So I went to bed and woke up, and the first thing I did was got up and went to the bathroom and looked in the mirror, and I said, huh? That's odd. My face looks just like it did when I went to bed. It still had a glow. It still looked healthy and supple. And I said, okay, let's do it today. So right after that, I just grabbed everything and did it all over again. And I said, okay, well, let's see what it does from, it might have been 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. All day. All day, my face stayed like that. Still with the glow and everything. I talked to people on the phone. It was FaceTime, and they was like, your skin looks amazing. This only the second day? I'm like, this only the second day. They was like, your skin ain't never. I said, child, it's the second day. Kept going. Then I said, I'm going to do a real review. I'm going to do a real review. So for the last 2 days before today, I said, I'm not, I didn't go nowhere. I didn't do nothing. I was in the house, so it didn't matter to me. I said, I'm not touching my face. I want to see, like, is this for good, or is this just because I'm doing this every day? So I didn't touch my face for 2 days. I didn't put nothing, no lotion, no nothing. Didn't wash it, no nothing. And I ain't scared to tell y'all because I wanted to test the product because I wanted to see. Woke up this morning. Of course, I did my face today because 1, I was doing the review, and 2, I was going to the doctor. So, of course, I got in the shower and did all my little do-la-las before I was going out. When I looked in the mirror before I got in the shower, I was in a state of shock. I said, there's nothing. I'm looking like trying to find a piece of dry skin, and there was no dry skin. And I kind of still had a glow on my face from 2 days ago, and I was in the state. I was like, are you kidding me? If I would have used this, I could have been looking like this the whole time. And I don't know if y'all could tell. Like right now, my face is glowing and shiny, and it's not greasy. It's nothing. This is how my face looks all day long. Like all day long. This is how my face looks. And if I go to bed and wake up tomorrow morning, it is still going to have this glow and shine on it. So, Rihanna's little Fenty Beauty, honey, if you want to pull your skin together, I would advise you to get it. The only thing I say, because a lot of people say, oh, I don't like stuff with fragrances. It is fragranced. It kind of smells like, to me, like, it kind of smells like jasmine. It kind of smells like jasmine or lavender to me. It's florally. It's not a heavy scent. But if you have sensitive skin, what I would suggest is Don't buy the full size bottles because these are the full size bottles. Don't buy the full size bottles. Buy the travel size. That way, if you, because somebody hit me up and said they brought these and they don't like them, they couldn't use them, so they wanted to send them to me. They said, Joseph, I'll use it 3 times. I was like, okay, girl, you can send it to me. I don't care because you really, it ain't like you sticking your hand in anything. You squeeze everything out. So I didn't have a problem with that. And plus, why should she waste 75? Well, it's really $88, but I got mine on sale for 75. But I would suggest if you want to try it and you're just not sure if you have sensitive skin, get the travel size because they're smaller, of course. And it's not like you spending that much money on something that you may not be able to use. It didn't break me out. I didn't have a bad reaction to it at all, as you see. My reaction to it was 110%. This is Jesus. I want y'all to know, if you don't know Jesus, I'm showing you who Jesus is right here. This fat water is Jesus. When I tell you it's Jesus, trust me. If you don't know Jesus, let me introduce you to Jesus. It's Fat Water by Fenty Beauty. Well, Fenty Skin, because the skincare line is Fenty Skin. The makeup line is Fenty Beauty. But yeah, because I know a lot of y'all been waiting on my review for that, because a lot of you said you wanted to try it and you didn't because you just didn't know. And I agree. And my thing was, it had nothing to do with it being Rihanna. It was because nothing worked on my face. So I just didn't want to spend money on it. I got no problem. I get my money to make sure I always have me some Fenty Skin available because my face will never go back to the way it was. Because when I hit 50, I said, okay, look, I got to do something because this skin is making me look like I'm 50. And it was making me mad because my thing was, I know what I look like, and I know it was my skin making me feel the way I was feeling. It had nothing, I mean, when my time comes to look old, I'm going to look old no matter what I do. But my thing was, to me, I was looking old, and I know there was no reason for me to have to look that way. Hey, Tracy. There was no reason for me to have to, hey, Erica. There was no reason for me to have to look that way when, I didn't have to because my skin was dry and it was tight. And like I could wash my face and in the shower, get up, come, get dressed. And by the time I'm getting dressed, I'm like, because my face was tight and it was dry, and I don't experience none of that. Like, I'm telling you, this is amazing. And if you're a woman and you see how clear my skin is, you don't even need foundation, for real. I mean, you have a natural glow, and it's just, I don't know what to say. Like Rihanna saved my life. I sound like an infomercial. But it's true because y'all don't know what my skin looked like prior to. Like Trumel looks at it and he's like, "Oh my God," because he knows. He woke up next to me in the morning. He saw what I went through to get my face together, and it was like, I want to do his. I keep telling him, "Let me do his." But see, I know what's going to happen. When his start looking like mine, he gonna want to use my stuff all the time, and then we gonna have a problem because I'm only gonna allow it once or twice. And then he gonna stay the hell away from my Fenty Skin. But yes, Tyrone, you was on the money. It worked. Brother, I cannot say you did not know what you was talking about. I'm telling all of you that want to try it, definitely do it. If, like I said, if you're scared because you have sensitive skin, I would do the travel size because at least with that, it's not as expensive as a full size. And if it's the travel size, matter of fact, if you buy the full one, it don't work, or you break out, or you have a bad reaction, you can always send it to me. You can always send it to me because it works for me. But everybody's different. Everything don't work for everybody. But thank God this worked for me because honestly, this was my last resort. It was like, if this don't work, I don't know what to do. And it's I don't even know what to say. Like I look at myself into like I go to the mirror just because I can't believe that it worked. Like y'all understand when I tell you I've tried everything. I have tried everything from not real expensive stuff because that was gonna be my next move. But I'm like, I can't buy this stuff. it's too expensive. Like $56 for some oilable rehydratation stuff. I'm like, and then it don't work. Then what am I do? But this, child, I love it. I absolutely love it. So that's my review, y'all. I know y'all have been waiting. It's been 8 days. Today makes day number 8. And a lot of people, when I put up pictures or they see me, they say, "Oh, I could tell the difference." So this is only 8 days. It hasn't even been a month. So I can't wait to see what I look like in a month. It hasn't even been a month. It's just been 8 days. So in 8 days, I saw a difference day number 1. But in 8 days, this is what I look like versus what. And I wish this picture I didn't airbrush the hell out of it like I did, so you can kind of see a difference. But the picture behind me is airbrushed, which looks like my skin right now sitting here talking to you. So that tells you that it works because that's an airbrush picture, and this is my actual face. Skin, of course, I'm not airbrushed, and there's no filter on this camera or nothing. But the picture behind me is filtered out. So I look like the picture behind me because that's what my skin used to look like. This before the fiasco happened. So I would just filter myself out till I look like I normally look. But it's an amazing product. I love it. The fat water is Jesus. I'm gonna say that constantly. So when I die and meet Jesus, I'm gonna say, "Hello, fat water." I am, because Jesus, that fat water is Jesus. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. Hey Terry, I'm telling y'all. But yeah, if you was looking to try the Fenty skincare line, definitely do it because it is definitely worth the money. It is definitely worth. And of course, I brought it up here because it's easy to take a picture of something and say you're using it. So I brought it up here to the camera so y'all can see that Joseph is about his business and for real. Because, I really have the product. I'm not just selling y'all smoke and blowing it up your ass. So, let's move on. So, I've been having some really deep conversations with people lately. I have my friends that I sit around and I laugh and joke with, and that's what we do. Then I have my other friends that I have really deep conversations with. And sometimes me and Tramel, we joke around a lot, but then we have really deep conversations as well. And yesterday we was having a really deep conversation. And y'all see how we talk up here. Our conversations get like that. And if you don't know no better, sometimes you'll think we arguing because he'll be passionate about what he's saying. I'll be passionate about what I'm saying. He won't let me talk. I won't let him talk. And we both trying to get our point across. But yesterday, we had this conversation and he was explaining to me how I am always on guard, how I always think somebody's going to do something to me, or I don't give people a chance because I always, in my mind, I feel everybody wants something. And I'm going to get to the bottom of it before you try to come for me to figure it out. But I'm going to figure it out before you show me who you are. That's the easiest way for me to put it. But Tramel, on the other hand, is the total opposite of me. He will welcome you with open arms. And until you give him a reason to feel that way about you, then he won't. So it's kind of hard when you have two people on polar opposites of the spectrum. When you try to be friends with us, Tramel is like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Bitch, keep your distance because you want something." So it kind of makes it weird because you have Tramel who's embracing you and, you okay and come over and let's have a conversation and let's talk, and me stopping you at the door like, "Well, bitch, why you at my house? What do you want? Well, why you at my house? Why you knocking on my door? Why you can't go where you was going before you met me?" Type thing. But in having this conversation with Tramel, I realized that he is right. And I've probably missed out on good people in my life, or I've ran people away because I don't give people a chance. I don't. And I'm not going to lie. But some people, they'll never get a chance for me. because there's some people that I just meet and their spirit it just ain't gonna happen. I don't care what you say, how you say it. Nothing you do is gonna make me like this person. Nothing you say to me, nothing you do to me, nothing is gonna make me like this person. Because for whatever reason, their spirit met my spirit, and my spirit said, "Bitch, no." Now, if it's people I don't like Tramel thinks that I should tell people. See, I'm like this. I can meet you and just not like you for whatever my reason. I might, you too arrogant, but that's because I'm arrogant. So your arrogance and my arrogance, I learned that a lot of things that I meet people and say I don't like them for are things that I myself do or parts of me that I'm not going to say I don't like, but when you face with yourself, a lot of times, and think about that. Sometimes when you meet people and you don't like them, a lot of times the reason why you don't like them is because they're just like you. I had this conversation with my sister yesterday. Me and my sister are exactly alike. We just do things different. We do the same thing in a whole different way. Where she might not look at you and say, "Bitch, I don't like you." She might just slowly gravitate away from you. Me, I'm gonna look at you, "Bitch, I don't like you, period," and leave me alone. But to her, I'm being mean. But in my eyes, girl, you did the same thing I did. You just did it slowly. You just branched off slowly. So it's the same, and that's a stupid example, but it's just what came to the top of my head right away. But me and my sister are so much alike, and that's why for a long time we really didn't gel. We gelled, but we didn't gel because we were so much alike that two negatives or two positives can't really gel because it's like we doing the same things just in different ways. And when we had a conversation and we realized we more alike than we think we are. I mean, we were raised in the same house. We just do things different. And honestly, if we were raised by two women, my grandmother and my mother. My sister is the epitome of my grandmother, and I'm the epitome of my mother. And trust me, my grandmother and mother were babes. They were the same, but they did things too different. They did the same thing, but they did it. Uncle Fred, he just like his mama. He get mad when I tell him that. I tell him all the time, "You just like grandma. You just like your mother." I tell him that all the time. And my sister is just like Uncle Fred when it comes to certain things. They nice. They always tell me I'm too mean. They tell me I need to give people a chance and I need to. And sometimes, even though I don't like hearing it, sometimes, Jomel, stop. Sometimes when people keep telling you the same thing, you need to figure it out. Because people ain't going to keep telling you the same thing. And they all making it up. They're not making it up. It is what it is. So sometimes you need to check yourself. Like yesterday, when Jamel told me, "You don't give people a chance. And we together now. And I give people a chance." And how do you think that works? And it's true. Because Jamel put me in situations where I felt awkward because he didn't like a person and he was just being rude, just straight out rude. And I'm like, but I did like the person. So it was like being put on the opposite side when you tell me I don't know how to act and you make me feel uncomfortable. Being put in that situation, now I know what you mean. Because see, me, I just always am going to be me. But when you're married or when you're with somebody, you can't always have that reaction like you by yourself and single. So thank you, Christine. You can't always, hey, in Q's world, you can't always have that reaction. And sometimes you just really have to sit back as much as you don't want to. And as much as you may sit back like me, I don't want to give people chances. Because in my mind, if I'm right about you, then I feel bad. I feel stupid. I feel like I let this bitch get me. And I knew this bitch was up to something. And then I'm going to blame Trumel. Then I'm going to say, it's your fault. Because you told me to give this bitch a chance. And I knew I shouldn't have gave this bitch a chance. But if I think that way about everybody, then everybody ain't that way. Everybody's not out to get me. Everybody don't want something from me. Everybody don't. Now, there's certain people that I know, like, there's just certain people that I know, they don't think I know, but I know. And I sit back with some people and I play stupid because I be waiting for them. I wait for them to just mess up so that I can really go in. Because I'm like, you really think I'm that stupid? You ain't really did nothing yet. But the day you fuck up is the day I'm going to go so far in. Child, listen. I don't know why I do that with some people. Some people I just cut off at the pass, like I don't want to be bothered. Other people, I think because I think they playing me, and they think I'm stupid, and I kind of get a kick out of that because I know they gonna fuck up eventually, and when they do, baby, when they do, it is on and popping. When I tell you this mouth is going to go in like it's nobody's business. I had a friend like that. I knew certain things was being said about me, but I couldn't prove it. And until I can prove something, I work on proof. Joseph ain't never gonna come to you and say he think or he thought or whatever. It's gonna be I know for a fact that this is what happened and this is what was said. Cause I'm gonna do my research and I'm gonna have my answers before I open my mouth. Cause the one thing I don't like looking like is a fool. And when I got the proof, I went in. I was hurt because it was a 15-year friendship that just went down the drain. And I was hurt. Like my sister, see, this is where me and my sister get into it. You just gonna let that happen? Y'all been friends for so long. And I said, Tracy, listen, girl. I said, there are certain things that you can't come back from. There's just certain things you can't come back from. If I can't trust you, then there's no reason for me to be your friend. If I'm not going to be able to sit and talk to you like I did before, there's no reason for me to be your friend. Yes, I'm hurt. I said, see, you just take me saying I don't care and walking away as not being hurt. I'm hurt. But hurt is like gas. You get over it. You pass it and you get over it. I don't stay in my feelings about certain things for too long because for what? That just meant that that person's time in my life was over. Their time in my life was over. Did I ever think that their time in my life was going to be over? No, I didn't. Right now, if you would ask me, I thought we would still be friends. But, people didn't believe that it was going to be a flood when Noah built that ark, did they? But they got their little asses washed away. I can't stress to y'all enough to self-evaluation is more important than worrying about other people. Worrying about what other people say, worrying about what other people do. Yeah, that it's easy to deflect. It's easy to deflect from you. It's easy to deflect away from what you need to work on for yourself. You need to work on you. I can't tell y'all how many times I've worked on myself because believe me, and I was having a conversation last night. And I was telling them, like, people don't just know. You have to tell people. You can't get mad at people because they should know. If you don't tell a person, they don't know. Like, if I want to go somewhere with you, and like me and you grew up, and we used to chill and hang out, and I say, oh, come on, let's go chill and hang out. If I don't tell you, let's just me and you go chill and hang out, and like we did when we were younger, how do you know that that's my intent? You could turn around and say, oh, I'm gonna invite Billy and Bob and John, and we all gonna go. We gonna have a good time. Now I'm mad because I'm like, well, I didn't tell you to invite all those people. I wanted to go with you by myself, not like we together or dating, but I just wanted to have a date with you like we used to do back in the day. But guess what? Did I ever say that? Did I ever tell you? Now, if a person tells you that and then you invite all these other people, then that's on you, what you get behind that. But if a person don't, my thing is, and I'm learning this. It's not something. This is something that I'm learning, so I'm passing it on to you guys. You have to be very, very, very clear when it comes to people. Common sense ain't common. Now, when somebody said that to me, I thought it was the stupidest thing. I thought it was the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my life. Because I'm one for getting mad at people because I'm like, well, it's common sense. It's my common sense. Your common sense don't tell you that. You might want to get wet. It might be raining, and guess what? You feeling some kind of way, and you like, I want to get wet. You walking down the street with an umbrella. The umbrella ain't up, you getting soaking wet. Common sense says you should put up the umbrella so you don't get wet. But your common sense says, I want to get wet. I feel like getting wet today. I want to be like a little kid walking in the rain, and I don't feel like using this. Hell, your arm could be hurting, and you like, my arms are in pain, and I don't even feel like putting this umbrella up because I can't hold it, so I'm just gonna get wet. Your umbrella can have a hole in it. Don't nobody know nothing, but people looking at you going, why did dummy ain't put the umbrella up? Common sense says put the umbrella up if you don't want to get wet, but common sense ain't common. And when somebody told me that, I'm telling you, I thought it was the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. And then I had to realize, you know what? They right. Common sense ain't common. Because what's common sense to you ain't common sense to me. Because if it was, we wouldn't be having this conversation about common sense. Or I wouldn't be having to tell you, well, common sense says, no, my common sense says I will put up the umbrella. Your common sense says there's a reason why you didn't put it up. But I don't know that. You just have to be real clear with people. You have to tell people where you stand. You have to tell people what it is that you want. If they get mad, so be it. The only thing they could do is say, when you either don't deal with them or don't want to be bothered with them or whatever the repercussion is say, well, you did tell me. But see, when you don't state your intentions clearly, you can't get mad. You can't get upset because how do I know? How do I know? You know, if you take out chicken for dinner and tell me, oh, I left chicken out cooking and I fry it. You can't look at me and say, you know, I'm not eating fried foods and you know this and you that ain't what you said. You told me to cook it. So at that point you said, Joe, cook the chicken however you want to cook it. You didn't tell me, Joe, cook the chicken, but whatever you do, don't fry it because I'm not eating no fried foods. Because then guess what? Guess what Joe's not gonna do? Joe is not gonna fry the chicken. Joe is not going to fry it in any way, form, or fashion. He might put it in an air fryer because that's something totally different, but he ain't going to fry the chicken. But people get mad at stuff like that. They look at you and say, oh, cook the rice. And in their mind, they just want white rice. You done added that's onto it. You done added a little cilantro, a little pea, a little this, a little that. And they looking at you like, what is this? I didn't tell you to do that to my rice. Well, you did not tell me to do it. Your intentions with people have to be very, very clear. Because if they're not, you can't get mad at people for not moving the way you want them to move. You can't get mad at people when they don't move the way you want them to move. And I'm learning to be very clear with my intentions and be very clear. See, for me, I think it's like treating a grown ass person like a child. Like, okay, this is what I need you to do, and I need you to do this, and I need you to do that, and don't put that there, and like a child. So for me, for you to talk to me like that, I'm gonna be upset because in my mind, I'm like, child, I know what to do. You ain't got to tell me more than once. Joseph, move this. Okay, and leave it alone. But there are people that you have to iron everything out for them. And they're going to do it exactly the way you say do it. Because if you don't, you're going to get whatever you get. And then you can't be mad. You can't be, hey, you think isn't how they think. Right. How you think isn't how they think. Right. Don't leave room for assumptions and misrepresentations made by others. Right. Because when you leave it open, you get what you get. And people don't understand that. Well, I didn't want to seem like seem like you was. Because at the end of the day, if they don't do it the way you want it done, then see me, I'd rather not. I'm the type of person, I'd rather just do it myself. And my sister the same way. See, we got that from my mother. I'd rather not ask you to do it than you do it wrong and piss me off than me just. Because see, if I send you to the store, I'm gonna send you to the store and I'm gonna say, get me Bounty paper towels. I want a box of Haagen-Dazs ice cream, vanilla Swiss almond. If they don't have the vanilla Swiss almond, you could get me some butter pecan. But I really want the vanilla Swiss almond. Don't come back with Ben and Jerry's Chunky Monkey. Because one, I didn't ask for that. Two, I'd rather you come back and tell me they didn't have what you wanted, so I didn't get you nothing. Because I can't be mad at that. All I can do is go, okay. But you come back here with Chunky Monkey, talk about, well, they didn't have what you wanted, but I got you something. But I didn't ask for that. Wow, you could call me from the store and ask me, well, I don't want that. Why would I want that? I didn't ask for that. And then I get mad. Or you come back and go, I got Brawny paper towels because Bounty was too expensive. That ain't what I asked for. I don't want that. I want what I asked for. Because I made it very clear what I wanted. And that it ain't for you to turn around and change your mind on what I want. And people say I'm ungrateful. I'm not ungrateful. Being ungrateful is, being mad at the fact that you didn't get me nothing. Being ungrateful is not, I'd rather not have nothing than to have something that I didn't ask for or didn't want. Now, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just anal like that. But I'd rather have nothing than just any old thing. Because in my mind, it makes me think, this is my way of thinking. See, this is why Tramel get mad at me because he said I overthink things. If you come back here with Ben and Jerry's ice cream when I asked for Haagen-Dazs, in my mind, that was the first thing you saw. You didn't feel like looking for what I asked for, so you just picked up the first thing and you just coming back telling me, they didn't have what you wanted, so I got you that. That's what's in my mind. See, my mind is going to get up and go back to the store that you went to just to see if they didn't have what I wanted. And if I go in there and find what I wanted, it's going to be held to pay. Because it's like, if you didn't want to do it, then why did you ask me? Like, you should have just said, I don't want to do it. Or just don't get me nothing and just say, you know what, I didn't want to go to the store for you, so you got to go for yourself. And I can appreciate that. Because in my mind, that's how I think. And that's kind of what Tramel was saying, that I overthink things. Like when this little boy still knocks on my door, child, little boy came back, y'all. The little boy we told y'all about that knocked on the door, him and his little brother. They talk about they welcoming us to the neighborhood. Well, I was watching TV, and then, because they never knock on my side door. They always knock on my front door. Nobody comes to my front door. There is no path to my front door. That I think is stupid. Like, it's just grass. Like, nobody uses my front door unless they delivering furniture or something, because it's easier to come through the front than the side door. So I hear this little tap, tap, tap. So I'm like, huh? Who the hell is knocking on the front door? So, because I could tell, because I'm sitting there on the couch and the front door is like here, and the side, if you come to the side door, I could see you walk up on the porch. So I never see this little boy. He must be he's short. So his head must be under the window, because I never see him walk across to the front door. So he knock. So I'm like, who the hell is not? So when I got up, that's when I saw his bicycle. So I said, oh God. And me and Tramel just had a conversation the day before about him. So I'm like, Jomel, don't get beat up, because I see what you're about to try to do. And so I went to the door. I went to the side door. I was like, yes. Well, he heard me opening the side door, so he walked around. So I was like, yes. Because y'all know I don't do the kids. Y'all know I don't do the kids. So his house is behind my house. We're on a whole different block. So he goes, I guess he was waiting for Tramel, because he never saw me that day. I was in the house. He never saw me that day. He only saw Tramel. So I guess he was kind of shocked when I opened the door. So he goes, yeah, he's polite. I ain't even gonna lie. It ain't like he's some little rude boy. He polite. But see, in my mind, y'all mama keeps sending y'all over here because we the only other black people in the neighborhood. Well, there's one more black family that moved in. But we the only black ones, and we live back to back. So your mama sending you over here to case my house out. That's in my mind. That's how I think, in my mind. So he was like, excuse me. I said, yes. How can I help you? He was like, I lost my toy in your backyard. So in my mind, I'm like, little boy, you can't even see over the fence. So how I didn't say this. In my mind, that's what I'm thinking. So I said, oh, okay. What toy did you lose? I don't know. Now you really know. My mind was going 100 miles an hour. I'm like, you don't know. I don't know. I said, well, how about this? How about you figure out what toy came over my fence into my backyard, and then you come back and let me know. How about that? My ball. Your ball. Yep, my ball. Jomel, stop it. My ball. I said, oh, your ball is in my backyard. I said, okay, wait a minute. So I closed the door on him because he wasn't coming in my house. First of all, I'm sure your mother don't even know you around here. Second of all, I'm a gay man. You are not coming in my house. That's just not. You will no, 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 no. It's not going to happen. Now, if I know your child and you know me, that's one whole different thing. But if I don't know nobody and this little boy about, I'm going to say maybe he looked young because he's short, but I'm going to say probably 6'7". Got to be because he can't be younger than that. So I'm like, nope, you ain't coming in my house. So I went, I closed the door. I made sure Jomel, because you know Jomel ready to run out the door. Made sure he stayed in the house. So I went. Now my grass ain't cut because we ain't got no lawnmower. So the grass is like high as hell, child. It's about to be high as and tall as me. So I'm looking like, I don't see no toy. Well, child, I couldn't see no toy in this damn grass, no way. So I went on the side of the house and I opened the gate. I said, come on. And he said, I said, go ahead, go get your toy. Because I know there was nothing back there. I knew it wasn't. So now the only thing he could have seen was from his room window. If he looked in my backyard before the grass grew, he saw a bunch of toys because of the people before us that lived here left all their dog toys in the backyard. So like before we could even mow, we got to go back there and pick up a zillion toys for dogs. Because Joe Mel looked at him like he's too bougie to play with him, which I don't want him playing with him no way. So little boy, I was on the phone. So the person I was on the phone with, we was on Instagram. So I said, look, because you know that's my witness that this little boy was in the backyard and I got somebody watching. He walks all the way back in the back of my backyard, and my backyard is huge. He picks a spot. Now this is how I know this. See, this is what really made my mind go. It's somewhere in this area right here. Little boy, you can't even see over the fence. So how do you know what area is it? He's like, oh, it's somewhere over this area right here. And then I'm like, you was looking out your window and saw these toys in my backyard, and you want one of these toys, and you're lying, and you can't find it because the grass too goddamn high. So I'm letting him look. He's like, oh well, you know. Now remember, he didn't know he didn't know what toy it was, but then he came up with a ball. Then he said it was his yellow ball, right? My yellow ball, and then he picks up an orange tennis ball and goes, no, this ain't it. And then when he couldn't find nothing else, he picks up the orange ball. Yep, this is it. So I said, okay, this is what we're gonna do. I said, you want that ball? Yeah. You want that ball? Yeah. What about that one? Yeah. I can have them all. You can take them all. Can I have this frisbee? In my mind, I'm thinking it's the damn frisbee back there. Child, he trying to pick up the damn sewer. He trying to pick up, I guess it was like the septic tank thing. That's the only thing it could have been. I said, that's not a frisbee. You can't, that's in the ground. Oh, okay. And he left. I said, next time, don't come knocking on my door. And next time, send your mama to get your stuff. Okay. Then right after that, I see a little white boy knock on my door and walk away. I said, oh my God, what is this? I really thought he went and got a friend to come back and try to get some more stuff out of my backyard. And then I was like, oh my God, what is this today? Every little kid in the neighborhood gonna knock on my door? And then when I went to the door, I felt bad because the little white boy was out there selling candy for his school. He was like, "You want to buy some candy?" And he was with his mom. I said, "Oh," I said, "How much is your candy?" He said, a dollar and a quarter. I said, $1.25? He said, $1.25. I said, "Okay, can you do me a favor?" I said, "Mom, can you bring him back in like an hour or two? Or by the time I go to the store, I can get some money to buy. I want to buy some candy from him. I really do." I said, "But I don't have no kids." She said, "No, it's okay." I said, "No, seriously, bring him back." So she never brought him back, but I was really going to buy candy from him. But child, Tremel, you couldn't tell me because in my mind, they sent that little boy over here to case my house, and I stopped them because they couldn't get in. And it's like, so I saw my next door neighbor, and I said, "Liz, what's up with the people behind us?" So she was like, "I don't really know them." I was like, "Well, that little boy," she said, "Oh, he knocks on all of our doors. He's just always knocking." I was like, "Well, she needs to stop that." I said, "Because at the end of the day, yes, you know, up here it's like being in the country, it's like being in the South. But at the end of the day, that little boy could turn up missing and his mama won't know where the hell he at. Because I'm sure she don't know that he done knocked on my door 2 times."
Hey, everybody.
Y'all heard Tremel. I'm sure she don't know he done knocked on my door 2 times. And Tremel said, "You know, that could be the nicest little boy, and you done got him pegged to be a thief and a criminal." I said, "He already fucked up when he lied and told me that his toy was in the backyard and he didn't know where his toy was."
What you mean?
I said, "He already fucked up when he did that. He's a liar and he's gonna end up in prison."
You're
And
mean
Tremel
as a
was like-
snake.
And Tremel was like, "You don't know he gonna lie. He gonna end up in prison." I said, "He's already a liar and he's like 5 years old." Oh God, I'm horrible. I know I'm horrible, but it is. But it is dangerous. And I know y'all know I don't have kids, but I know a lot of y'all in the chat have kids. Like, am I wrong? Am I wrong for saying that it's dangerous for him to just be knocking on people's door like that? I mean, granted, up here, truthfully, most people up here, they don't even lock their door. So, you know, he could just turn a knob and walk in somebody else, technically. But at the same time, why would you let your kids do that? Like, we could be driving and see this little boy. First of all, how did he even know me and Tremel was new to the neighborhood? That's number one, because we don't even live on the same block. Number two, I see him riding his bike all through the neighborhood. Now, again, it's like being in the country up here. Everybody's pleasant, everybody's nice, everybody speaks. But at the same time, where I'm from, dictates you don't let your child just do that. Especially being a little black child in a neighborhood where there's only me and Tremel and another black family that moved in across the street from them. Child, it wouldn't be me. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. I had 2 little girls come to my door for a fundraiser before without the parents, and I told, do y'all know someone can snatch y'all inside and go tell your mom? Right, and cues, especially, hey, mean to see, especially little girls. Like, that's even worse. I mean, little boys is just as bad, but no, and like Tremel said, Tremel's like, next time if he come here saying something, I'm gonna tell him, no, go bring your mother over. And I agree, because it's like, enough is enough. He ain't did nothing. It ain't like he's rude or he's mean. He's the most nice, I ain't gonna lie. He's pleasant, he's well mannered, well spoken. Again, I just think he was taken back because he was waiting for Tremel to open the door, and I opened the door. And then again, I'm big, statuesque, big. So in his mind, his little ass was like, looking up at me like, I lost my toy. And even if he did lose a toy for real, he probably saw me and saw how big I was. It was like, I don't even want to go get my toy now. But I just think it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous if boys and girls show up. But yeah. Right. I don't even think his mother know where he's at, to be honest with you. Like he just, and then we went to the store, and when I came back, he was riding his bike behind my car. It's so good. I said, Tramel, if you get off the bike and ask me, I said, Tramel said, no, you're not. You're gonna be nice. I said, I'm gonna always be nice to a kid. I'm not gonna be rude, but at the same time, I don't have kids, so I don't have that patience that y'all have. Like parents have patience. Like like in Q said, she probably just said, honey, now you know you should get your mom to come over here because me, I'm like, you're lying. You ain't got nothing in my backyard. You just sat up in your window and looked in my backyard and saw all these little dog toys and you want something. I don't have patience for children because I don't have any. And my niece was like the perfect little kid. Like she didn't bother me. She was just like, I would have to bother her. She was sitting in her room on her iPad. I'd be like, Deja, you okay? Yes, Uncle Jojo. Deja, you want something to eat? No, Uncle Jojo. Deja, you hungry? Yes, Uncle Jojo. Like that was the extent of me with my niece. It wasn't like I don't have patience for kids. Like that is too much for me. Like Tramel had patience because he raised his nieces and nephews. So even though he said he don't like kids and don't want to, he had more patience with them than I do. Me, I'm like, state your purpose, say what you want, get out of my face. But I'm not gonna be rude. I wasn't even rude to him. Like as much as I wanted, like if he was an adult, I'd be like, you lying bitch. Ain't nothing in my backyard. You don't even know what's in my backyard. But I'm not gonna tell that to no little kid. That no. I'm not gonna do that to no little kid. Some kids' moms just be so neglectful. And Q's you right. Because I honestly don't think that she know what he had half today. First of all, this is the only place in existence that I've actually seen kids outside playing. Me and Tramel was like, I said, kids really still come outside and play? I saw two boys playing frisbee. I was like, what? What? They still do this in America? Because when I tell y'all, we live in New York, but it's country up here. They was out there playing, and they be outside playing. They be in the park, and I just be taken back. I'm glad, cause it's about time kids get out and play and do what we did as kids. But at the same time, it's like kids really go outside and play now. They're not home in the house on the phone or on the tablet, or my next door neighbor. She reminds me of my niece because she always reading books, and she'll hit me up on Instagram. Hey, she said, "Can I call you JoJo?" I said, "Sure." She said, "Hey, JoJo, how you and Tramel and your little baby doing?" I'm like, "We're fine," and just as pleasant, just as nice. I don't, I can't be mad at it because I love to see kids outside playing because it restores my hope in America and society. Like, y'all don't just give your kids tablets and say, go. These parents up here make them go outside. And I guess, too, because the sun don't never come out here. So when it comes out, everybody outside because we all need sunlight. And especially with kids because it'll stunt their growth. They'll all be midgets. Oh, y'all. Every time I hear knocking on the right. Trisha, let me tell you something. I'm the same way. When somebody knock on my door, I'm like, what the hell? Or Jomel will see, and that's another thing. Like Tramel say, I'll be thinking too deep. Like when when Jomel go off, child, if Tramel start barking, I'm running. When Jomel start barking and like he jump up and he'll run to the door and then run to the back door, in my mind, it's like now, oh, that little bitch done went in the backyard. Like, because one day Jomel was acting like somebody was in my backyard. I looked out the window because he was barking he jumped off the couch, ran to the window, ran to the front door, barked all the way down to the back door. And I'm like, I ain't see nobody. So I'm like, well, the hell? Maybe it's a ghost. Because I didn't see nothing. I'm like, well, maybe he just hears something or whatever. But, as soon as that happened, I told you see, that's how the shed door got open. He was in the backyard. Jamel said, did you see him in the backyard? I said, no. Well, then how do you know he's... God, I know it was him. Because that's how my mind works. You can't... Child, I'm telling y'all, I am not a conspiracy theory. I will pin the crime on you in a heartbeat, honey. If I just think you're guilty, you're guilty. You did it. But anyway, y'all, I had fun today. Thank you for coming by me in the sea. And thank all of y'all for being in the chat with me this morning for the MKingz Morning Show. Y'all know this is what me and Tramel is doing. Tomorrow you get Tramel. I hope y'all liked my review on Fenty Beauty. I look amazing. Get into the skin, darling. you gotta see, get into the skin. If you saw Paris is Burning, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. So only certain people are gonna understand that part. But anyway, thank you guys for all the support. Me and Tramel love you all. Thank you all for supporting us. We appreciate it. And make sure you are following the TheMKingz on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and of course, right here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to become part of the TheMKingz Kingdom, hit that join button. If you don't see the join button, the link will be in the description box. If you would like to help the TheMKingz platform, the Cash App is right there. You can Cash App us a donation to the platform if that's what you want. You can also check out our TheMKingz boutique for everything TheMKingz and Dare to Be Different. And you can get you a mug with our face on it and have your morning coffee with the Kings when Coffee with the Kings come back. I need to take another picture because my skin is better. Anyway, y'all, I enjoyed today. This is what me and Tramel are going to be doing now because the TheMKingz, quote unquote, is on hiatus. We're going to revamp that show, Coffee with the Kings, but you are going to get more car conversations and more of the morning show with the MKingz. You'll get me Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. You will get Tramel Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I hope you guys enjoy. And you will get car conversations with us as well. You will get a car conversation this afternoon if Tramel can see after he leaves the ophthalmologist, if they don't dilute his eyes. But anyway, y'all, keep hope alive. And you know how we do. You know how we always do. Make sure you walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. And always remember, even if we're not sitting here together, it's Team McRae all damn day. Later, y'all. This ain't gonna let me end. Really? Y'all stuck with me because it ain't letting me end the video. StreamYard is really carrying. For real, StreamYard, this is what we're gonna do today. Tramel, you know what you gotta do. End the video from your phone.
Just close it out.
Huh?
Close it out and go back in.
Close it out and go back in the StreamYard. Oh, wait a minute. It's doing something. StreamYard really be carrying.
have pictures.